Good morning, Sagittarius. Hi, everyone. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here, for spending some time watching this video. I really appreciate that. We're doing your September Love Tarot reading. We're going to look at mainly what goes on for you. It's whether you're single or not, we'll see what pops up. And if I see that there's mainly a scenario or a story that applies for couples, then I'll make sure to do a message for singles as well. So stick around. Thank you for liking the video, of course, if I haven't said that already. Thank you for sharing and subscribing. We're going to start with an overall energy using only a major arcana. See what energy you're in, really. You're on the Emperor, called the Azimuth. Azimuth is usually a pinnacle of some sort, so you're obviously on top of things when it comes to your own world. You're very comfortable. You feel confident in September. You've got a grasp and a grip on things. So it could be mainly career-wise, but since we're doing a love reading, I think that you feel like you've got a lot to offer, of course, but I think you're seeing yourself as an amazing catch, right? I think you feel you could have anyone you want, literally. We'll see if you're actually with someone or not. We'll see what the cards say. I'm starting with a love oracle. We're going to see which energy you're in to start with. That will help me determine whether I'm talking to singles or people that are already involved. And we'll move through the reading accordingly. Okay, this is silence. Chut and motsus are only other words, the French words to speak of the fact that you're not speaking precisely, the fact that you're choosing to hush hush, keep things silent. So you're not talking to someone, I think you also have a secret, something that you're wanting to keep on the down low about a particular connection, or even about just your private life in general. I'm pulling only upright cards out of this tarot deck. It's a choice, but we'll see what comes out. I'm curious to understand, are you keeping a secret? What is it that you're silent about? The Lovers with the Prince of Wands. Okay, so it's definitely about a love interest. The Prince of Wands in this deck, princes are knights. And so there's definitely a really intense attraction to someone, specifically one person that you have already been intimate with. You feel a strong connection with this person. You love them. So it's not just physical. You have the best of both worlds here, but you're extremely protective of this connection. You're keeping it under wraps. You're not wanting to talk about it. You're not wanting to tell people who this is. You're not wanting to tell them how much you love them, how much it's passionate for you, how much it's a very, very meaningful connection. Hence why you're so secretive. Okay, so we're gonna see what this person hides, and or you, in terms of things that should be said and known here about this connection, especially that you're in a scenario which is you're choosing to be secretive about it. But what I really want to look at is what happens between you and this person, not what you're choosing to hide to the outside world per se. So what does your relationship gain to know? So between each other, like, what is it that you guys need to tell each other, need to know about each other? We've got, I wondered how far this would go, and you're so easy to see through. this is amazing because being the Knight of Wands, the Prince of Wands here, it could have been like a very short-lived connection, someone that you hooked up with, but that you instantly fell in love with. And maybe you're wondering if it's gonna stick around. Is it gonna be a connection? Really, is it gonna turn into a relationship? You enjoy the fact that this person is transparent. You enjoy the fact that they're open. Okay, on the other hand, it speaks of, I'm happy that it's over and I don't know how to let you go. So you could be, for some of you in the scenario of, this is really it was a short-lived connection, or it will be definitely in September. Excuse me, I should tell you that this is coming. I think you're going to live something extremely strong that will end just as fast. And I think you're going to have a hard time letting this person go, or you're going to have a hard time maybe even letting them know, in terms of you're not going to know what to say about maybe not pursuing this relationship. So far, let's see. I mean, it looks like there could be two scenarios, two sets of you here because of these oracles that I just pulled. We'll see. I do believe that it's possible that I can actually keep pulling for two sets of you with two different timelines, two different stories here. So let's do that. Let's keep pulling tarot in this way. Let's look at the ones that have really some serious thoughts of settling with this person or wanting to take it to the next level. What is it that you do, or that they do? Oh, no, this is Ten of Swords and then the Eight of Swords in the reverse. So this is definitely a scenario where, especially for the ones that is already over with, I mean, that it's, like I said, you're going to basically, within the month of September, meet someone, end the relationship within the month. That's how fast it's going to be. And you're going to wonder how to get out of this, but you're going to be able to release any thoughts of this person. I think that it's going to be an easy thing for you. Even if it says, I don't know how to let you go, I think you'll manage to let them go. It's a little disappointing here. I was really thinking that you could, you know what? It's funny that I say that, because I just realized that you might have felt exactly the same. You might have felt like this was going to be something that would carry you through. I think you had really, the feelings were strong. So I'm thinking that what happened was it wasn't reciprocal. I think that I even want to say now that the person who seduces you in September, they know what they're doing, because they're seeing right through you. So it means that they can see how much you care, and it's easy for them to seduce you, basically. So not to be negative here, but you're almost like an easy prey. Let me pull one card here. I'm just curious to see what comes out for you. The Five of Wands in the reverse. So it's been a struggle with this person. It's the kind of situation where things were chaotic, things were messy. I think it was also easy to sort of scramble you, right? It's been okay. I really don't like the way this reading is going, in a sense, Sag, because it's getting more and more negative, in the sense that I feel that someone almost intentionally seduced you. And it's a little awkward because you feel like in such a strong position that it's hard for me to even imagine that you could be swayed in this way. But I think that you really had feelings, and it's what totally is. It's the only reason why you gave in this way. No wonder you're being very secretive. I think that you're not enjoying the fact that you will have such a connection that ends that quickly. I also think that you might even feel, because the ending here, you're happy that it's over. It's gonna hurt. Like you're gonna have like you're gonna feel betrayed. So, but you're happy at the same time, because I think that you are having difficulty letting them go, but you will, because the Eight of Swords is in the reverse. I think that what helps you getting over them is the fact that you you feel betrayed. So it's easy for you to see that maybe this person didn't have your best interest at heart. And I guess you could say in a way that you find them shallow, because you were looking for a lot more stability and a lot more perennity, right? Longevity. Anyways, you perceive this person to be really like some sort of like wrecking ball, truly. Because they come into your life sort of like, they sort of tumble into your life, and they also sort of exit on the same, sort of in the same way. It speaks here of a voyage and a metamorphosis transformation, excuse me. So one is the cicada, and the other one is the sailboat. But there's gonna be some movement. I think you might be, since we're looking at the Knight of Wands, this person is a traveler. This person is, that's the reason this person doesn't stick around, for one. This person is only traveling through your city, your location. Hence why it's the cicada. You know, like the tale that says the cicada and the ant all summer she puts away food so that she will actually survive the whole winter. But the cicada only sings and doesn't take care of, you know, stocking away anything for the cold months. And then she will be, obviously she'll have nothing when the time comes, when the cold comes. It speaks of something that is very ephemer, that doesn't last very long. So it's really in line with the fact that this person is only coming in for a short period of time. They're a traveler, they're only of passage. And the change here, the metamorphosis or the transformation, it has to do with maybe just that, the fact that it starts off, or it looks like something that's going to be strong. It feels like it could be a relationship, but it morphs into, and rapidly morphs into, a situation that ends abruptly, in which you feel betrayed as well, unfortunately. Let's look at, I want to see your energy. I want to see who you are, like how you position yourself. What's your stance here? You're the weaver, so it says rediscovery and transition. So the transition speaks of the metamorphosis, but I think the weaving aspect of things speaks of maybe having felt even captive, like almost like a web. but it mostly speaks of, okay, so rediscovery for me speaks of the voyage. It speaks of meeting this person sort of, you know, it's quick. It's someone new that comes in your life in September that exits your life even before the month is over. So there's a huge discovery there, and there's something that you discover maybe even about your own, could be sexuality. There's definitely something very strong that you feel. The transition, though, it could be a change on that level. Maybe you're discovering something about your likes and dislikes, definitely. But it could also be that the transition, just the fact that it changes on you. And it changes on you in a way that is like uncomfortable. Because this person doesn't, things don't necessarily flow, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not fluid. It's funny. There's something, how can I say this? I don't know, it's hectic. This person is sort of a little abrupt as well. And a little bit presumptuous too. That's what I sense. Let's see what this oracle will yield for you. It speaks of the self. Amazing card for especially a situation where you're going to feel like you've been used. Because I'm sorry, I mean, you're not going to enjoy the fact that this person just comes into your life, sort of feels like they're, or they might even lie to you and tell you they love you, but in the end it's just a quickie, right? It's just a come and touch and go. Like, this person wasn't serious. They know they might have told you they weren't going to stay, but it was because they're traveling. They didn't necessarily tell you that they were going to just, you know, not be around for... Anyways, I don't know what they might tell you. I don't know if they're going to lie about it. I don't know how much they're going to be deceptive about it. And or maybe very open about the fact that they're only there for a short period of time. But I feel that you feel used and betrayed. So let's see what the self says, this beautiful card. I think you'll have to meditate here on what happens to you and why. I think you'll be... This is number 14. It's not necessarily the temperance, but it is the same number as temperance. So obviously you're going to need some to calm yourself, but mostly you're going to need some healing. Especially, I'm going to put it under the 10 of Swords and the 8 of Swords in the reverse, because I feel that you're going to be in a position where while this person is in your life, I think you're going to feel very captive, very stuck. And I think for a little while it's going to be difficult to shake this person off. And I think you're going to really need to recalibrate yourself. I think that's something that you will have to work on if you want to sort of eliminate like having this person in your energy, or any residual feelings, especially the ones where you're going to be, you might self-deprecate and say, well, it's my fault, I shouldn't have let that happen, or like, don't go there. Anyways, the keywords are I am, identity, self-realization, self-manifestation, center, peace, acceptance. And the key phrases are establish a unique and individual identity, which is very emperor-like, which is great. It also says, be free of definitions and labels. You have unlimited potential. How has your past shaped you? Identity is fluid and changing. So I mentioned this about what you will find out, what you discover about this, about yourself through the relationship, and you're changing because of that. In a way, it's a good thing. Who you are is for you to determine. Are you trying to fit with the wrong crowd? So this would be maybe the wrong crowd for you. This person is not necessarily for you, not at all even. Know who you are. Who do you wish to become? A path of loving expansion. Let go of herd mentality and think for yourself. So extremely positive energies here when it comes to learning something from this experience, coming back to self, making sure that you are boosting your self-confidence, that you're making sure what your boundaries are in the process. But mainly fully aligning with who you are, because I think you are learning something from this experience. I think there will be something positive for you to transmute. So something negative to transmute into positive. This is why you're getting the experience here of healing and having to come back to yourself. But you know, it's interesting that you're going through most of the process in silence. You don't need to be necessarily speaking about this. I think that part of you will have to transmute feelings like guilt and shame. That's very important. And also the feelings of having been betrayed by someone that I think you really trusted and could have really fallen for, like even more deeply than I feel that you have. I mean, you're going to feel an instant connection, but it's going to be a little while before you fully come out of it. Let's pull on that a little bit. I'm just curious to end the reading on. I want to see how, besides meditating, coming back to self, what we've just talked about. I want to see how it is, because here it says, "I don't know how to let you go." I want to help you move on from this experience, especially if in any way it was a little bit traumatic or difficult. Although there's positive to be, like I said, there's something positive to be said, or you'll experience learning something from it. But let's see how you really get out of it, or what helps you. The Four of Swords. You do need to rest. You do need to isolate yourself, or at least those are the boundaries I said you could be putting. It's easier to do if you remove yourself, but a lot of it is making sure that you become inaccessible to this person. And I do believe that you need to rest. So there's a lot of energy of standing still or staying still. I enjoy the fact that the Emperor is number 4 and this is a 4. I think you need to create or come back to your stability, what you feel is stable in your life, what you feel is your foundation. The Four of Swords could be seen as basically the foundations of a house, like the slab, right? The stone slab of a lot of churches, and a lot of especially cathedrals and churches have one particular stone that is said to be like the first stone laid, right, for the foundation, or like it's both a marker of where you want to actually build the structure, but it's also sort of like where you come back to the center, the heart of that particular place. So it's really saying to you, come back to your center. And come back to something solid as well. Very important. Okay, guys, so hopefully something resonated in this reading for you. Take heart, and also stay positive, because I really see you transmuting whatever you feel is negative and difficult from this situation into something extremely positive for yourself. But I do see you go through a whirlwind with this person during September. So you might want to say no, knowing in advance what is to play out, or you might want to just live your life and experience this opportunity or occurrence, or however you want to call this life experience. So thank you again. Please like the video, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.